So hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to another devlog. And the whole idea behind this week is making neighborhood loot look cooler. So as it stands at this point in time, neighborhood loot doesn't exactly look like a game that even I would want to buy. So it's very important to make a game look cooler. Starting off making it look cooler, we started doing a story text, and the story text would be really cool because it will add a little bit of quirky comments into the game to make it a little bit more fun. And these quirky comments change every time, so it would kind of be funny to play just to see what more comments will pop up. And so we get to step number 2, adding clouds into the game. The reason for the clouds are that clouds move, so it adds a liveliness to the environment, so it doesn't look so bland and dull, and it looks kind of dead at the moment. So this will be a quick way to liven up the whole scene. So I thought it would be cool to have the clouds just kind of hang over the house, but it needed to move in some way, and you can't just have one blotch of clouds just move up and down the whole time. It would look really weird and out of place. So I made a spawner so that the clouds are randomized, so every cloud will be kind of different where it spawns. And I kind of maybe got a little bit sidetracked and spawned too many clouds, so it's kind of pointless, so you can't really see the ground, but it was kind of fun at the time. So after the clouds were done and I was happy with them, I moved on to the story text, adding it in, and I have needed the text to be really crisp. So I mean, if I'm telling a story, like even if it's just a quirky little comment here and there, it needs to be crisp and good looking. And I felt that using the color scheme of the game was the best way to do it. And the text is black on a really like brownish background, so it stands out really nicely. And this is for all you game dev people, persons out there. Everything you make doesn't always work, and this is a prime example of that. So I thought the clouds looked a little bit odd, so I decided let me try and make some really nice looking clouds. Although I now feel that it might have not fit the game very well, the older clouds were better because the game is kind of low poly, so it would have made more sense. This was just basically a failed attempt. So at first, I don't even know what I was doing. I was trying to, it looked like a teddy bear. And after the teddy bear section, it kind of started to look like a wig or something, like a wig on a character maybe. I don't know. And then it basically evolved to become something like a cooking shape, like those things that people use when they make biscuits and cookies, like the shape. It looked like a cookie cutter thingy. And then it basically started looking like I was knitting two things together. I mean, just, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't even know what this is anymore. Like literally, not even a little bit. It doesn't look like clouds though, I can say that. And here we get to something that's kind of new to me. Everybody might think, oh wow, why? Like texture painting is kind of new to me, so I was messing around with it. And I think this kind of came out really cool. I mean, I always used to make every single little groove and things, and then I found texture painting and it's like, oh that's fun. So this kind of flooring has to go around the house to really make it feel like there's someone living there. I mean, every house doesn't just have grass around it. But here's the really cool part about it. There's something called normal maps, and normal maps use little ways of making light kind of bounce off in different ways. So it really looks so cool when the light is bouncing off of this. It looks like it's got little ridges in, and that's the reason for the little dark pieces and the light pieces in the way that it was drawn. It's so that it really gets that depth effect when light is shining onto it. So the flooring around the house was completed, but it still needed more. I mean, the whole game cannot be a few little green and brown blocks. So I decided to add a road next to the house, because every modern house has a road somewhere. I mean, cars have to drive past and stuff. So I basically made a stormwater drain with that really cool texture painting skill ability thing that I was busy learning. In actual fact, it's, I mean, if I have to really be honest, it's basically coloring in for adults. It's not really anything more than that, but it's really fun. It's like having a coloring book, and you can do whatever you want, so you feel like a complete badass. Woo, yeah, great. But I think it really turned out quite cool, and it looks like there's a little bit of water that's lying there as well, so it really gives that effect of a stormwater drain. And we're back in Unity, and I've already made the road, so I'm just adding it into Unity and giving it that oh so cool normal map depth effect thingy to make it really stand out when it's sunlight. And every road kind of has a little bit of, let's say, speckles in it maybe. So I also decided to add some speckles into it. You maybe can't see it so nicely, but you know it's there. It has to be there for those people who really appreciate the attention to detail. I suppose I'm one of them, so I love it when there's detail in a game. And it is basically a cartoony game, but I mean, it can kind of have a little bit of attention. A little bit of attention. A little bit of detail, not attention. But yeah, that little bit of detail really adds a big effect on it. And I think it just makes it look a little bit more special, a little bit more cooler. And so here we're adding in that oh so sweet drain. Drain. Wow. Cool. Yeah. Write about that to all your friends. Cool drains. Hashtag storm drain. Yeah, that's cool. I honestly don't know what I'm saying anymore. And just as a side note before ending the video, last week's competition is still going for the coolest weapon ideas. So if you have a cool weapon idea, go to last week's video and put your comment down there in the comment section. Or send me a direct message on Twitter. Some of you seem to be quite shy about your ideas and you don't want the whole world to know. Your ideas are still being taken into consideration, and some of them are really cool. So thank you again for watching, and see you next week.